We will call to order at 5:44. Roll call. Carla Graff.
Leslie Ellison, CI. Eliza Dieter. Finish Kershid.
Jason.
Asana Jackson.
Kathy Halloran.
Mary Brennerman.
Carrie Alfano, trustee liaison.
Gina Racanelli, staff liaison.
Okay, so first up is public comments on agenda items.
If you need an agenda.
I saw it.
Amendments to the agenda. Okay. Approval of last meeting's minutes.
Does anybody need time to look at them? Do we want to change, we have on here for, the making copies, you know, was gonna make 100 copies, but Kathy had them,
Yeah.
got them made. Does
Oh.
that make any difference?
No, I
No?
think, you know,
Okay.
because at the time, that was what we decided,
Okay.
and then. So when you came to the office, Mary, they didn't have to make any copies for you?
No, she made me 25 copies,
Oh, okay,
and then was gonna, you know, the 25 for the kiosk.
right,
So
okay.
she was gonna keep those, and she pulled out her little book, so it looked like she was gonna write down that she made me 25 right away, so that was cool.
Oh, no,
That was really
no.
cool.
I'm
She
glad
goes,
it-
"Well,
she was able
I'll just
to-
make you these right away," and I went, whoa, really? I don't have to come back? That was great.
Okay, good.
So did everybody read through?
Mm-hmm.
Motion to
I'll motion to approve the meeting, amendment second.
Okay. I guess it's just a new business maybe. Updates to upcoming events. The Prairie Parade cleanup is this Saturday.
And we already have they dropped off the, garbage bags and the gloves, we had plenty of gloves. We made our announcement last night at the board meeting, asking, for more volunteers, if anybody was interested. We've got an updated list today, it looks like we've got at least 15, I know that one of the people that responded was Costco, somebody that works with Costco, and they were gonna be bringing a group, so up to about 9 people, so.
It's different because we have that other parade, that other path included this time, so we'll need more people than we're
Right,
normally used to having,
Yep.
so that's cool.
absolutely.
Who's
I
all
haven't signed up
coming
either.
from our group?
I
I
can help
am.
set up, but I do have to work at 10:30.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
gonna
be there,
I haven't signed up
but I
yet.
won't be there the whole time either, because we have first
You
communion.
guys have to sign up because they want the waiver through them. We will have them on hand, but they would prefer that you sign up at
Their website.
IPP.org.
Well, you sent the link, so.
Yeah.
Could you send that to me too?
Sure,
Oh, yeah.
yep, absolutely.
I can do that, because I noticed one of the students, through Faith Formation was signed up. So I'm gonna kind of blast them again,
Oh,
hopefully
nice.
to get a few more.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
Let's all
We
pray
had-
for
I can be there at least an
weather.
hour, maybe more, but
Better
there is,
weather.
it is First Communion that day too, so.
Okay.
But that's at
Last
1,
year,
but,
we
but I
really
can-
moved fast. We had so many volunteers.
yeah,
I think we were done like by 10:30.
Yeah.
How many
yeah, I can be there at least till 10.
For
sure.
About 30.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
We only have
About
15 so far.
But
Signed
this-
up.
Right.
Yeah.
And I
Plus
have
the
to-
Costco.
Yeah,
So
and
much
there's
like that.
some of that 30 were people that showed up the day of,
Right.
like, they just knew of it and they didn't really realize there was the waiver.
Do they drop the stuff off just to you, or what did they, where did they
Mhm.
drop, okay,
Mhm.
so they're not just
Last
laying on
year
the
I
prairie
went and
bed
picked it up.
somewhere?
Last year I went and
Airdrop.
picked it up. This year they were nice enough to just drop it off, so I have that.
Okay.
We normally pick up water, so that we can pass out waters and, some snacks.
I was gonna stop at Costco for that again,
Okay.
unless you guys are different.
No, that sounds great to me. And then Dave, are you gonna be able to join us?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And will you set up some music for us?
bring boombox. You're not looking for the full setup, right? Just
No,
the-
just like we did last year,
Yeah.
just to have a little something up there.
Cool jazz.
I did submit for the pavilion permit, but I never heard anything back, or,
I remember hearing that you submitted for it,
Mhm.
and there wasn't any conflict unless Judy was just waiting for a signature, because usually Brian signs those, I don't,
Okay.
because they're on the grounds.
Okay.
But I'll make a note, just to double check.
Okay.
So I have been, speaking with trustee Kozar, and he wanted to know what the timing is for Saturday regarding ice cream. And wanted to know if there was any need for coffee or any other drinks like that, and if there is any other way he can be of assistance on Saturday.
Boy,
So-
coffee would be nice, wouldn't
Okay.
it?
It might be a day for coffee, as opposed to ice cream. I don't know.
Don't even think it.
And then what the timing would be for that.
Yeah,
Sure what-
definitely, 9:00 for coffee, and then I wouldn't think we need ice cream until the end, 'cause, right?
So what,
So like 10:30?
Well, it goes till, yeah,
11.
it goes to 11.
Yeah,
so 10:30.
yeah.
That's good.
Can you guys save me some ice cream? I won't be there. Can you guys save me some ice cream?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah, we'll put it in our pocket.
Yeah.
Do you know that's illegal in Kentucky?
Ice cream?
Is it?
So 9:00
Put
start
ice cream
or
in your
8:30?
It's
pocket?
illegal in Kentucky to put ice cream in your pocket.
Probably 8:30. 8:30 for
I wonder how
some.
that law came about.
Do you want 8:30
Yeah.
for coffee then?
Yeah,
I
that
probably
sounds
don't.
Alexis says yes.
That way I get coffee. I can go to work. And then if anything else that you may need, just let me know and I'll just kind of give them all the information.
And then that is when we're gonna start passing out the coloring contest.
Which is next on our list. Dated 2024 for Andrew.
And the last thing is that I'll be a few minutes late on Saturday, but I should be there by 9:50.
On the cicada thing, oh, do you want?
No, Gina, did you get our, that email about ordering more of the raffle
Oh, yeah.
things from Amazon?
You mean the boxes?
No, the tickets.
Oh, the tickets.
Yeah, I just had emailed you to order the
Do you
tickets.
know what is weird? I was going through I was out of the office for a couple days.
It
I was going through my
Sign
emails,
up
and
to-
I glanced by something that I thought was when we ordered the boxes, for the, the St. Patrick's Day
Yeah.
thing, but you want tickets,
Yeah,
like the round, did you send me exactly what you
I
wanted?
did, but let me resend it.
And when do you need them for?
As
ASAP.
soon as possible, because we need them for the, give them to places for the coloring contest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you
We
need
got a
them
little
for,
bit of time. It's
do you need
not
them for,
like-
you don't need them for Saturday though, right?
No,
We have
haven't.
some.
Okay. What do they look like?
I'm looking for,
I just handed you a stack.
yeah.
Are they're not the
I'll find them
keep this
someplace.
coupon? Okay.
They look like this.
Oh,
Let me take a look on the back, but this is what they're gonna put their information on,
yeah,
so that it's. they're gonna put their
okay.
name on
And you
here,
ordered,
Yeah.
you order them
page
just
here,
like
and then
that?
they're gonna fill in-
Eliza?
I have
The
to put it
links.
in the
Oh,
document.
okay, great.
Put it in the Dropbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
Send me the
Amazon
link and
link.
I'll order it tonight.
Yeah, I just sent it.
Okay, thanks.
Perfect.
So in the Dropbox, so Why do we need that? Why am I not?
Because I don't want, for privacy issues, I don't think it's, if we wanna post these in the
Oh, yeah,
business
yeah,
windows,
yeah. You
we
just
don't
got
want
name and
that
age.
information.
And then what's on
for
the ticket? Email.
Email and
Got
phone,
it.
so we can
I got
contact
it.
them if they want.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
I don't wanna call them for any other reason.
No, I got it, yeah.
Yeah. So, I
And
know
you're
it's an
calling
extra
that,
step,
what do you call it?
an entry ticket. for-
Entry ticket, sounds like Willy Wonka. Okay.
Yeah. It's not gold, but it is gold to me.
I got one shirt made.
Which one?
Oh,
Mine?
well, Dave, he lives farthest away.
I went medium last time. and it was
Oh,
just
my
a little
goodness.
snug.
Oh,
You
my
like color?
gosh, is that
I
gorgeous?
like it.
Like it?
Wow.
Okay, so Dave,
Oh my
I
goodness.
made this because I'm a little worried it's small.
With the
Yeah,
medium,
mine
the
still
last
needs to
medium I
say
had,
no.
Nope.
It needs to say no.
I'll go try it on.
No, you can all say yay.
I'll go try it on.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
if it's too
gosh.
small, let me know.
And that's a large?
That's what, no, he asked for medium.
Okay,
So
good.
that's on him.
Okay. It's like,
You're gonna follow him?
No.
so make sure he
I'll
puts
make
it
you
on
one.
straight, so it's not like
Right,
inside
that's
out or the tag's on the wrong.
But
Do you
if,
have a Cricut? Is that
I
what
do.
is that the hustle?
I had to redo the configuration because I couldn't get that other file sent you to get into a CSV file today, and I was like,
CSV.
thank you, CSV, and so then I had to completely change it. So I was like, I hope she likes it.
Yeah,
Okay,
really, really
yeah,
nice.
it was cute,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
couldn't get it done.
The coloring,
I know.
It's really
that's
clever.
cool.
it's perfect, it's
Yeah.
kind of like the
I'm
wings,
sure this is
right?
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. You like it? You're
Oh
happy?
my gosh, now we,
Good. Oh, you love it.
I didn't have nope on that.
Nope.
Nope.
I'll make you a note.
Okay.
It's okay? You happy?
You look
Oh
like
my
a
gosh.
skater.
This is a large?
That was a medium.
Okay, so that's right for medium.
You're good with that? Okay. Oh, looks good.
Hang dry.
Yeah, really, don't put that
That
shit
brings
inside
us well
out.
because it's soft. And you don't like a tight neck up here. You said, yeah.
Yeah.
You were telling me?
I'm like,
So those have like a looser neck and they're soft, but they do a little bit run small. So I'm,
yeah.
you know, I was a little worried, but hopefully it's okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, I'll finish them by tomorrow.
Lightning in the sun.
We could to wear them like Saturday?
Yeah, I'm gonna have them done for Saturday.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay.
Cute.
Thanks.
I'm wearing this on a
everyone.
video call
Awesome.
tomorrow.
Really, really
good.
awesome.
Being
Team
good-
players?
Good
Hey,
team
hey.
players and supporting me on this, 'cause that's pretty darn cool.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Mary's happy, I'm happy.
So we should have like a wee height VP.
Yeah.
Is
Down.
it-
Oh, yeah.
Is the commission picking the cost
Well-
up, or do I owe you money? I wasn't
I
sure.
think we
No,
figured
this is
that out.
through the
Yeah.
commission.
I have the
Okay.
receipts.
Okay, I just wanna make sure, I don't want
We
people money.
budgeted for marketing, for this year.
It's here.
But
But
I do
realistically,
think that we should do, kites and kicks, one, because that's an annual event, so
they range from $4.99 each to $6.18. It's not crazy.
Mm.
They order through S&S Active where it's a little cheaper.
Do you have an account through them?
Mhm.
Do you- I might have it still in the catalog.
There you go.
So,
Okay.
I just wanted to, say that on Friday, if you have time, anyone wants to, we're gonna go through those 4 businesses that are gonna act as the drop-off and pickup spots, and just set it up and explain how it's working and give them all the pieces, so they can be bright and sunny on Saturday, to be prepared and to ask questions. I did go over to, Diane Sherlock, whatever, office today and gave her some stuff, and just a few copies of the coloring thing. Just
Okay.
so, in case anybody said anything, they could get 1 or 2 resumes and copies. But they might have people, they put a thing up, but we do need to get a hold, of get the flyer out in some businesses. So, we should, Gina, when are they gonna redo those kiosks?
They probably will go, if not by the end of this week, then next week.
Okay, that's good. I
You
just
said
wanted it
May,
to be
right?
up there for May.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it starts Saturday, that's not that important, but for most of May, I wanted
Yeah.
it done. I didn't wanna miss May.
I hear ya.
I know it's coming, okay, that's all.
So what were the businesses there? I have Edward Jones.
Well, right now, we have Edward Jones and Mike's Meat Market will pick up some of the slack. I don't know how many we're gonna have. We do have that, thread, the new embroidery business on Park Avenue said that they would do too, but they still haven't opened yet. So he told me, about a month or so ago, I went and talked to him and he was just going, oh yeah, we're gonna open any minute, you know. I still walk by and they're not open. And then there's a beauty salon and spa, down on Ardmore Avenue, right around the corner there, that said she would do some.
Jay Loren.
Something like that, it's 2 names.
Jay Loren.
Yeah, so.
She likes to be involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm hoping that we'll still need to find more, but so far those are the ones that have committed to us. And I would like to get the Edward Jones on Park Avenue also.
To hanging them in the window or
To
hanging
hang,
the
just
box?
to hang them
Just
in
to
the
hang 'em?
window.
Have
Yeah.
we gotten an email from Alex at Female Paris? He was going to, talk to the powers that be to find out if they can put any of the drawings or any of the,
I did not see
coloring
anything, I
sheets.
looked yesterday, it was last
I
Thursday.
found his card today as I was flipping through stuff.
So are they at the Iowa Community Center? When you went
No,
in? No?
no, they're gonna be a drop spot for,
Okay.
so what I'm thinking what we're gonna do is, just me, I'm not gonna have to have a bunch of people checking, but like every Friday, there'll be 3 or 4 Fridays, I'll go to the drop spaces,
Mm-hmm.
before drop the bank, Iowa Community Center, the museum, and here, and I'll pick up the entries from the box, and then I'll go
So-
home and the little.
Iowa, the bank,
Yep,
the BMO bank,
BMO bank.
Is it the library?
museum.
And I attempted the library, they never got back to me, so I said, okay, I'll find other places.
So the library's off.
Yeah,
So what's the other drop spot?
it is,
Iowa, the bank, museum.
the bank, the museum here, Village Hall, and Iowa Community Center.
Okay, Village Hall, that's what I was missing. Okay, so you're gonna go like every Friday.
Every Friday I'll pick them up, so then maybe Monday, depending upon when the businesses are open, then I'll just go, if they wanna put them up themselves, I'll drop some off. If they want me to do it, I'll put them up.
Okay.
Shouldn't take that long, but hopefully we'll get more than just 5 people. We'll see. And then if we could get something on Facebook, put up on Facebook, you, Dave, and, our website, I don't know who can add stuff to our, at Pride in Villa Park and put stuff on that.
We are still working on that.
Okay.
I'll put it on the Facebook page.
Yeah, Facebook page, because, I think we might have, if we get enough, you know, if we get a bunch, like if we have 10 or 15, and we go into the Edward Jones and Mike's Meat Market, then we might wanna start listing on Facebook page, look, here's more places you can see your, creations. So they can know where to look.
Okay.
Where to go and find them. It's also up in the air that, I'll just have to wait and see. I just need some help from the communication people, which is not me. You find out that's not my forte. So I think that's all.
Starts Saturday.
It starts, it's announced Saturday,
Yeah.
so, I mean, I think a month should be more than enough time to get enough people to think about it. And even if they've never heard about it, if they go into the bank and see it, or the museum and see it, Lori at the museum has been really talking it up. And, she wanted me to like give her the whole thing last week, and I said, well, I think I said, well, I can give you a couple copies. I said, I think I better wait. And if it starts at the same date, I don't know. The nice thing about the museum too is they have that big table, and she said they can come in, I'm gonna drop off some crayons and markers and stuff. They can come in and they can color their thing right away
Mhm.
and put it
That's
in there. They don't
nice.
have to take it home
Yeah.
and find another. They don't have to drop it off at the same place they picked it up. It's,
Yeah.
wherever they're traveling through, they can
So is it
drop
okay
in
if other people have coloring pages and then just say you can drop it off at one of these locations?
Yeah, now that we're not putting those numbers on them, I think that's okay, just so that,
To fill out one of those entries.
well, they would have to, if they had to, they would have to go to one of the 4 drop places if they wanted to enter. I'm
Mhm.
saying everybody that takes a coloring page is gonna enter, but I hope they're not just gonna give them out without attempting to enter, because that was not I'm sure that's not our objective, is just give people a coloring page to color, but maybe it is, I don't know.
That's fun too.
I do.
I don't put it on, I don't put it on Facebook.
I was thinking
I'll
too,
color one in it.
now that we're not putting that number on it, does anybody think we should make it downloadable?
Well, I can upload one to the
Or
Facebook.
uploadable?
And that's the cicada story.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want no, this.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't have to actually go someplace?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Um,
and I think the cicada story would be cute.
Yeah. And then so they can drop it off at which 4 places? Edward Jones,
No,
I
well,
have so much of everything.
the museum.
the drop places were Iowa, BMO, Bank, the museum, and Village Hall. But I didn't I guess those were just drop off, like, I'm not, I guess I am confused, like, what's the difference? Mary, what's the difference between like a drop off, like, can't you pick up the coloring things too?
Yeah, you can pick them up there, and you can drop it off there,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh.
If there are other places that people want to be able to pick up it,
Mhm.
and now if we were able to put it on a place. a
So,
way
like,
to-
if you pick it up at Mike's Meat Market, it's not a drop off place, it's just a
No,
pick up
they can
place.
pick it, that doesn't matter, it's just when they drop it off, they have to fill out one of these
But
entry
it-
forms. So that has to be in one spot, because I'm not gonna go to every business. and-
Yeah, so just give the entry forms to the 4, and the box of 4
Right, so when
places.
you're done, when you're completed, it has to go to one of those 4
Right.
places, because that's where these are, and that's where I'm going to pick up. and
With those 4 places.
Museum, Iowa, BMO Bank, Village Hall. Got it.
So we have
Okay,
to tell
sweet.
people that then.
I'll put it on Facebook.
Well, it's on the flyer.
Oh.
There is.
This
So
is the
it's a
coloring
sheet.
page.
But is there like a flyer for the event itself,
Yes.
like, or for the month?
Okay.
Yeah.
I have those, but I only had her make 25 of them, so they're.
Oh, can I
on
upload
the
this?
gold
Can
right
Can I
now.
upload this
Okay.
stuff?
Yeah, you could do this, and maybe with the
Ah,
thing. So this
That's-
is the flyer we're gonna put in the businesses, and are gonna be
Okay.
on the Prairie Path kiosks, and with the,
This I can upload then.
yeah,
And
And that
along with
has-
the page.
and it has all the names of the places. Maybe, is it okay if I go, back to Iowa and see if Judy can make more?
Sure.
Okay.
She wasn't in today, so tomorrow's perfect.
Or
Or any day.
Well, it's color and I thought, well, you could if you want, if Jesus wants us to have
Is this Bose? That was Bose.
No, I.
you know,
I
maybe
color all
I'll
these.
do, I'll do
Oh,
I
25.
used bows on a box.
Here.
He's famous still.
Yeah, and I kind of faked his name.
I need-
Oh, good. I should have wrote his name, I guess.
I'll do like 25.
Okay. Does anybody else want one of these, now that I've got more of them coming?
You want, are you gonna post it after? Or you just-
Did we get the other pillow?
I was going to ask
Yes,
Dave
We got all 3 prizes.
if
yeah,
I sent you
I'm 99%
each
sure
of
I
these
gave it to
shots,
her.
if you
Okay.
could make it into a video, or, like,
The
so,
slideshow type thing?
like a slideshow that we could put up on the Facebook page? The story, the cicada story? So each of these, you know, it would start with that picture, and then it would go into this frame, this frame, this frame, this frame, this frame, this frame.
Yeah, we have to see how those come up on a screen, cause that text is.
story?
Oh, just send it around, it's okay. Just kidding. I'm sure, I'm not sure how the text is gonna show up when we blow it up, like how, cause well, yeah, we'd have to look at it. I don't see any issues.
But I was gonna do that file with the coloring actual file that people can download.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that- do you want me to do
oh,
that?
yeah. I can get that to you tomorrow. I can't believe I don't
I
have
don't
it.
wanna take these as gold.
Can I get a Sid the Cicada story?
Wanna take some to school?
Ah.
Hey, these are gonna be worth something someday.
I'm gonna steal one.
You want one?
I stole one from you, what you gave me. I was right, so are we gonna hand these out, or how did you,
No, oh, these are on my
These
fancy
are
paper,
green.
okay. No, but these are for everybody, I thought. These are.
No, I think she asked you if you wanted them.
Well, they're on fancy paper.
On Saturday.
I guess I could pass it along.
So that we can start
I
folding
don't
now.
have a, yeah, I don't know.
What?
Anyone want a
How we
lesson on
fold
how to fold them?
Yeah, I need a lesson.
Yeah, what is that?
Just like a map.
First,
Is it called
look at this, put his story on you,
Uh-huh.
so like you're gonna read it.
Yeah.
And then you can fold the left side in,
Okay.
and then you'll see then when you fold it into thirds, you fold the other one back, and you'll have the story of Sid Cicada and the Villa Park thing on the outside, and then you just fold that in half. So when you look at it, you'll have the story of Sid Cicada and then the cicada ones on either side. That was what was in my head.
Okay,
This is the shirt I had to wear to work 17 years ago. I think it was upgraded.
Oh.
Yes.
That wasn't sparkly.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Not having the green shirt is definitely an
So that's
We do have
it,
it
I
framed,
guess.
though.
Everybody I have some cool things for the winners. I found some picture frames at Dollar Tree for $1.25. They're real inexpensive, but they look like a tree, like a tree bark. So I'm gonna take the winning ones and put them in that frame. So it'll be a tree, I made a little cicada on it. Shocker.
All right, I don't know, mine doesn't
Okay.
look.
Easy.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Nope.
Are we over with this yet?
that's the one
Anybody
you
have
open
any
it up.
questions? I don't know.
Anybody have any questions about
No,
Maybe
I
I
post
did
it.
Mine's upside down.
Yeah.
That's what okay,
You
yeah, I
must
did the
have a
same
copy
thing.
of this.
Mine's upside down, Mary.
How do you do
We
that?
didn't do instructions right.
That way, that was a half bone.
Okay,
Turn
so it just is
over.
like,
Yeah, you did all right.
upside
Turn
down,
it over.
upside down.
I think it's right.
Okay.
Good enough.
Now I'm second guessing myself.
And now put it back and forth, and it'll
So
be.
you have it,
You have it.
because you want this to be the front.
Right.
The rest of it.
Take it, open it.
He's so happy
Wait,
he could be a
what?
pet.
Okay, everybody can keep folding, we're gonna move on
Okay.
to
Like I'm at school.
anything new,
Sorry.
Eliza?
I have not, Mary, you have anything new for kites and
Um,
Other than
I-
the coloring contest will be ending, we'll say the winners at kites and cakes.
Right,
Okay. So June 9th of that.
Right.
Cool.
And Leslie and I were out and about, looking for, businesses just to touch base with when we were going that day to the bank and everything, and we did stop by at the tattoo place that, she wants to show me the building that's underneath, on Villa
Josephine's?
Avenue. Yeah,
Yeah.
underneath Josephine. So we met Jimmy, and we were telling him about, how we were wondering, what would be the possibility of the tattoo artists, and he said that he hasn't gotten back to us either, but he had a woman named Danny who, this might be up her alley to do that.
Did you get a tattoo of a cicada?
No, they start at $80, that's way past my, and
And
one-
they're willing to give us a gift card for an $80 tattoo.
Yeah.
Wow.
started
that's
a
Ooh.
tattoo.
But it's gotta be as a
He
kid.
had
It's
a
gotta be
pretty
as a
cool
kid.
idea
Yeah.
that, using the gazebo, if she would come in and just do something circular in the center of the gazebo,
Yeah.
and then the kids would just work out from that.
Yeah.
So we did touch base with him, nothing was solid, but he's an option, and he
Cool.
was kinda interested. He did mention that we see it on the ground all the time, we've tried to coerce him into working with us, but he's kinda off, quiet and doesn't wanna.
Color 3 hasn't gotten back to me yet, so.
So, that's just what that is, so there's that option. You can have more than one, but.
For putting up, things for advertising, kites and kicks, what are our thoughts? What is our game plan? When do we?
Like ASAP, they have to get banners made and, yard signs.
Okay.
And who do you use? You use,
Graphic cards.
that's, who does?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that for yard signs?
FYI,
Yeah.
he printed these, 200 of these, no charge.
Yeah, it's really nice. So I will
Whoa.
get in touch with him, first week of May
Yeah.
and I'll send him files, banners and yard signs. How many yard signs do we think? 50? 25? How many do we do for,
Well, where are you planning on putting them?
just a couple throughout
Wherever.
town, yeah.
Are there rules about that?
The yard signs
Yeah.
with
Well,
with the wickets?
Yeah.
I think it just can't go on like the prairie path, like I don't think we can put anything on like.
Even if we have some at our houses,
But yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
helpful.
Right, yeah.
Should I say 25?
Yeah, do
Yeah.
25, and when you're doing them, keep in mind that these could be reusable. So,
We just can't put the date though.
yeah, so figure out a way to do it without a
Um,
date. Right, if that's something that,
How many QR codes do we have? Just the one?
Well, as long as it goes to our Facebook and our website, that's all that matters.
yeah, right?
We're not gonna have a separate,
So then we do that. Perfect.
just
We
say,
don't have to worry
China-
about that.
can I say in June at least? Early June? I just don't want people to go, oh, that's
If
probably
you
later in the
think
summer.
it's always gonna be in June, then yeah, I don't see why not.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I just don't want, it's pointless to me if it doesn't tell you a day, that's my only worry. I know it's wasteful.
No, I totally get it, but,
There's gotta be, where there's
Okay.
white, there's
Duct
white duct
tape,
tape,
right,
there's,
right.
Because,
you can also
Gina, you
use
guys put something
Velcro.
over, but it's over banners, isn't it? Not over the signs.
We've done it with yard signs too, where they'll make like
They'll make a
a
color.
correction and they'll put a piece of Velcro on
Where
it.
did you put
We're
the,
gonna figure it out.
Oh,
I'll say
Velcro.
June, and I'll leave it blank, and we're gonna figure it out.
well,
Can't you
or
print
just
like
put the
a
QR
sticker?
code.
Print like the number, or if it's
Yeah.
always June, just print a sticker.
Yeah,
So
Kites
that
and
matches
kicks.
the
In
font
action.
and stuff, you know.
Kites and kicks, check out the QR code.
I
People
want a
just
date.
don't
Yeah,
check.
Did they
I
do
think
that?
it's- yeah.
Because if you're driving by, you're not like,
As long as we
Well, I
can
was
use-
thinking about people walking.
I just double checked because I wasn't sure if the parkway was permitted and it says it is not.
yeah.
You may not put signs in the parkway.
Okay.
So that's between the sidewalk and the street. But your front yard, you can put it in.
Right,
I
I
will
think
make
every
it
time we
a-
do
I will
that.
make it
Can ask,
reusable.
like the school districts, we put it by the schools.
Okay, so 25? If they're reusable, can I make more?
Sure.
We have plenty of budget, I think I can cut.
Are you making them double-sided?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. So either direction.
Yeah.
As a reminder, we live across the street from Ardmore, so if
That's
the schools, if the schools don't let you put it in your
right.
yard, you can put as many as you want in our yard.
Oh, you're getting.
Oh.
People park along our street, they drive by our street every day, so you're always welcome.
They step on our flower.
And then as far as putting, what do you call them? The things that you were just talking about putting the papers in,
Drop off?
The
the-
thing
On the
on-
prairie path,
Yeah, like-
yeah.
Oh, kiosk?
The kiosk.
Thank you, I couldn't think of that word. How do you prefer that for us to pass things along that we want in the kiosks, like?
You mean like what, like the timing of it?
Yes.
We usually go out at least once per month, especially once the weather breaks.
Okay.
So, and we try to, we time it when it was stuff that we were putting up that was our programs. We would make sure we kept track of what was there, and then when the stuff ended, we went out and then changed it out. So, but beginning of the month is usually
And drop
to
it
have it
to
up
who?
by the end of the month so that we can get it out in the beginning of the month, that works out well.
Drop it off to who?
ICC.
Alright,
So we
okay.
have to do it like next week if we want it in time for June,
Yes.
because otherwise nobody will see it in time.
Well, no, I mean,
Right, I mean, 'cause if it's
ideally, that would be great. I mean, that
Yeah.
works, because it would be out a month then.
Yeah.
Got it. Will do. And then can we do maybe
Like
Just
11
a
by
neat-
17 or something?
Yeah.
Like,
can we do a extra little meeting just for kites and kicks? Is that okay? Do we need to set
Speaking
that?
of which, we might have to have, if we wanna vote.
If we're
on
not
these,
voting
we
on
might
anything,
have-
we don't have to call it a special meeting.
Okay. We could just say, hey, we're gonna meet at this day.
Correct.
Okay.
I have 2 questions. What is kites and kicks?
Oh, sorry. June 9th, we do at Rotary Park. We're hoping it's ready, although they did a lot of work today.
They've
They were,
done a
they were
lot of work.
busting it out. The porta potty across the street from my kitchen window is awesome,
I bet.
especially the random people that use it. Not
Better than-
definitely for
than watching
employees
them
only.
do that.
It's better than they use the porta potty than outside the porta potty.
100%. But it's a kite flying and kickball community game. Kickball game for the community. Dave provides tunes. There's music. We'll do sidewalk chalk like drawing.
Hot
fun
dog.
event.
Hot dog man.
Hot dog. Joe's Heavenly Hot Dogs, and we're gonna have ice cream. And the kids like decorate the kites, and we give some away. Like we'll have some to go away. And
Did you know
Joe's Heavenly Hot Dogs.
that
Joe?
Priscilla started as a hot dog stand?
Joe.
Joe.
That's always not
he was
normal.
at the Lumber Farmers Market, Laura Schnettler
They have
gave
French
me him to
They
contact
might have
for
different
last
ones.
year's, Joyful Traditions,
Okay,
cause people were wanting more kid-friendly food.
yeah, yeah.
We'll see how Joe does. He's got chips and pops and waters and hot dogs.
Okay.
I think that's perfect.
Or we just had
So
a
yeah, so it'll be fun.
And then my second question is I'm assuming you're working on the flyer, it's not ready necessarily?
Oh, I have it from the previous
Okay.
years. I'll just change it around so I pretty much have all the files done. But I'll just change it so I can leave it blank and hopefully make a reusable one. That's my goal for
Okay.
next week.
So I live in Ovaltine,
Sweet.
so I can have them put it in the, thing,
The kiosk?
their main building, I
Okay.
can have it up there.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
And I might be able to get them to email it to everybody.
Okay, so I'll email it to
Like
you,
we're all
the file,
neighbors.
once I get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you live in the right block. 'cause
Yeah,
you live right there.
I live right off Monterey, right there.
Yeah, I live in Wildwood.
Okay.
And I
So
live
I'll
next
just
to
be able
her.
to drop your shirt off.
And I live next to Eliza.
And she lives next to you. Okay, and then, you
There's
live,
nothing wrong with my block.
Yes, there is.
you live
He's
the
my
farthest away,
target.
that's
I
why
didn't
you
say
got
the
your
white
shirt.
block, it is a block.
You're my target, right?
Yeah,
He's
Okay.
Addison adjacent.
so I have a lot to
Anybody
work
gonna
to
see a
do.
sign if we?
Yeah, you're just assigning yourself a lot of things,
Um,
Eliza.
My neighbors will.
I mean, my neighbor, I don't know, it's not a high traffic street.
It's
so-
okay, you're getting one.
I mean, I'm happy to. Do I have to mow my lawn?
Yes. Well, no,
No,
no mo,
not
no mo.
Take a mo.
I just
Take
wanna
a
make sure
sign.
you can see
No,
the
Mother's
sign,
Day
'cause my
after
grass
Mother's
is pretty high.
Yeah, it's fine.
Are we only having hot dogs at?
Hot dogs and ice cream.
You have those?
I think they're out
Where
on
do I-
the border only.
Yeah, they're,
I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's really hard to please everyone with the food.
I want
Don't
one.
worry, I'll get my parents to give me Chipotle.
Yeah, we're gonna have the library
Oh, we'll
up in
barbecue
there
for
as
you.
well, with games.
The library, yep.
Have you,
The book truck.
Oh, I can also get
I
it
have
to the
confirmed
mosque.
it's on their
I can ask
calendar,
them.
yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
great. So I'll
Yeah.
email you the file, or would you rather I print them for you?
Email works.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll email you that,
Yeah.
the JPEG, and then however you can get it out would be awesome.
The only thing is, so like hot dogs, like I can't eat hot dogs,
No.
so some people eat it. If
Yeah.
is there a way can I talk to them and see if maybe I could, if I could provide them like halal hot dogs,
Well,
maybe
for that
then
one thing.
it's more Muslims will actually show up.
Yeah. I can check with Joe and see. Yeah, it was hard to find, like, it's hard to find a food truck, it's not a giant event, it's
Yeah.
like 80 to 100 people, so the minimums they want were like high.
Yeah.
And so for like Autumn Jubilee, you can have much bigger, they won't do like, they'll be like, whatever, cause they know they're gonna have business. So it's hard for us at this event to find like a food truck to
Oh, no, that's
accommodate.
totally fine, yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard thing, but yeah.
Cause, I mean, I could even like provide them the hot dogs, like just give it to them and they just give it, they make it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Good idea.
Perfect.
Oh, that's good though.
And then can you tell me your email?
Yeah, it's BEE, oh, yeah, it might be just easier.
Oh, we have it already?
I
Oh,
did.
I get it.
I have.
You wanna
it.
write it down? Thank you.
I have it for
Cool.
I can ask the library, but did you wanna ask them about,
I looked at
Autumn
it.
Jubilee?
I am.
Only because
You're the
they'll have to
third person that
figure
I-
where
I noticed it as one day. Oh,
they're,
really?
they will need
It's
a
a
station,
rare
yeah.
commodity.
Mm-hmm.
I have a shorter lifespan.
But
You're really smart
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
And
well,
make people more smart.
supposedly, but
Anything
apparently.
else for Facebook?
I think we're good. I did it in gear.
you're doing
That's all.
signs,
That's
you're,
good.
Oh, we have the party today.
It's coming up quick. We don't even know, you know? You don't even know.
We need to, fill out this, party pack. I did some of it, I believe I did some of it, and where these things are, I didn't know how you wanted to handle it.
Got it.
Put you in charge.
And then this goes to you, right, Sheila?
It can, sure.
Go take it to
Or it
Cheryl.
can go to Cheryl. I mean, it's up to you guys. It's,
I think I tried to.
Cheryl and I work on them together. We go through it and just try to help each other.
Okay, Autumn Jubilee, I completed the map and, trash can request, and what was the other thing, there's one, oh, the barricades. So I was able to finalize the, special event packet, or permit application, I should say, and, still working with the farm to provide a legible certificate of insurance. I don't know if I said that last time. I don't think that was last time.
No, it happened
So
just,
she sent it to me, but some of it you cannot read. She sent it to my phone in a text, and so I asked her to please email me a legible copy because we're coming up next month. I think it's May 10th or 11th for some reason it's sticking in my head. That it says our contract should be signed by, and Manager Harline will not sign it without the appropriate insurance coverage, which is completely understandable. Her response to me was that I am challenging her computer abilities. So, I have been looking for alternative options in case we can't get it signed, and, you know, that's fair. I really
Where are
wish
they
it was
located?
important to her as it was to me. Tinley Park. It's not,
do we just drive to Tinley Park and?
I don't know. They might be cleaning the stalls at that time. So when I called to talk to someone that was one of the.
It seems odd,
And
it just seems odd.
Put it in the mail.
You would think, I mean,
maybe they don't
have
have
had these for a
insurance.
long time, so it's not like we're the first people to do it, but,
Maybe they don't have insurance and they're just,
no, I could tell that it definitely had their name on it. I could
Okay.
read that, so that made me feel better. I thought perhaps the coverage was appropriate for the amounts, but there were things that were blurry on it, and maybe I should just send Suzanne what she sent me and ask her what she thinks.
yeah, let's get it moving because I think they can, I'm sure the village would help you work it out. It seems silly to lose maybe something really great over a piece of paper.
I know. Go ahead.
And so,
I recently, and I'm probably behind the 8 ball at this, have experimented with the scanning apps on phones, and that is a much clearer copy than a photo. And there's some that, I think HP has one that's free.
Yeah.
So I know if she says she feels challenged, you know, technically, technology-wise, I should say, you know, maybe this would be tough, but if she could use a scanning app rather than a photograph of the
Document.
document, it might come through better.
Okay.
Well, on
Also-
iPhones, you just use the Notes app to scan.
Okay.
It's really easy.
I was also gonna say, sometimes texting from one platform to another, or jumping from Android to iPhone, it can cut and reduce that photo. If she has email on her phone, can you say, hey, can you just take the same photo, try emailing it to me? Cause that might send to a higher quality copy.
I'll ask her. I've reached out to her almost once a week and she doesn't always respond, but from what it sounds like, she wears many hats, so sometimes she's transporting horses to somewhere else, and we did not.
Oh, we didn't?
We did not. We did not give them the deposit, and so that with the signed contract is due in May. And so as soon as I found out about, wanting the insurance and making sure the coverage amount is correct, and I did let her know this time in this text message that, she told me that the insurance company did not wanna add us as an additional insured because our event is not now. It will be when their new, policy comes, and I said I have to tell you, I have a little bit of concerns that if it takes this long to see what your coverage is, what about when we need to be added as an additional insured? I mean, it is what it is, but we need to it's important to follow these
Right, well, you
rules,
have to
so,
follow the rules.
it would stink if that is what hangs this up, because everything seems to be like,
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah,
Kind
that's
of.
too good too.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the $7,000 tractor is out of the question, so, I don't know, I've looked around, I've been Googling farms and other things that my friends have suggested to me, and, there's a lot of people who offer them, but they offer them on their premises. It's not,
Traveling.
yeah.
So we could just bus everybody.
Well, what would be
Shows on
plan
the
B?
road.
We got plenty of buses.
Let's go.
To St. Charles.
What would be plan B if this doesn't?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, unless we kind of mimicked off of Joyful Traditions and did a trolley.
Or we just do what we
I just felt
did
like
last year, we
a
could walk, we don't
hayride.
have to, yeah, but we don't have to have, we could still, how about,
Well, they could still walk the haunted trail.
yeah,
I mean, it's
and how
right
is
on
that,
the
have we
other side.
talked with,
Or bikes on a trail. Do your decorated bikes on the haunted trail.
yeah,
Maybe?
it doesn't
Right, it doesn't have to be.
have to be,
It
right?
doesn't have to be. And I mean, and it's, obviously it saves us money, but,
Well, what about, and I'm blanking on the play people, St. Genesius.
Oh, yeah, we have not heard back from them yet.
They just
Okay.
finished their,
Yeah.
like, we
Well, I'm
just
thinking, 'cause,
finished
you know,
this
what the, if I went off your original map, I mean, this isn't far, so we can walk.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm not saying to.
And the
not
bikes,
offer it
ride the
anymore, but as a
bikes would be
Mode
fun.
of transportation, there's,
I don't think you should stress over
yeah.
these people.
I don't
If you're chasing her and,
I just would really
People
like for
don't
her to
like
be
that.
responsive, and like, if it's not going to happen, then like,
Not
just let me know
long.
that.
Yeah.
Like if you can't.
And
meet
maybe
what
that's
we're
where, 'cause,
requiring of you or asking of you,
right,
then
just
say
be
it.
upfront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Maybe
think
that's
that's where the frustration comes from.
I have to say, booking groups like this previously, the idea that the person you're working with is not participating in doing the problem solving to get this document makes me, would make me concerned that we might have trouble the day of with, whatever timeliness or something else.
I was
I
kinda
mean,
going there too, yeah.
Sometimes when there's
I've thought it. I'm trying not to be a total Debbie Downer.
right, I
on
mean,
any of it,
I
but-
get that she might have difficulty with technology, but I would think there'd be somebody else in the office that could help.
Well, there was part of me that wanted to say you had no problem emailing me the contract though. But I
She
didn't.
did email the
Yeah,
contract?
that's, I
She
mean,
did.
there's something.
Well,
up.
then why can't she email the,
That's not
I know, it's
concerning.
literally a picture. It's as if someone sent
Yeah.
her the picture. As
Mm.
if
I
she
think we
doesn't
move on,
have it.
Carol, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Because if you don't call her and keep calling her, then is she gonna call you? And say, hey, haven't heard from you?
There are times where she has, like 2 weeks will go by and then she'll reach out to my text message from back then. She seems to actually respond better in text than she does through email.
Yeah, that's good to
But
know.
I feel like email, it's a general email inbox, it's not to her specifically,
Yeah.
so I don't know who's really receiving them on the other end.
Right, so the texting, it's good to know, right? When's the deadline for the certificate of insurance, like from the village, like when do you have to have this contract signed?
It's May, I feel like it's 10, May 10, I'd have to
Okay,
look
so
at
it's
it
something.
again. It's the middle of May, so,
Okay,
like, obviously, if they don't have their contract or their deposit, then we're
yeah, let's just
probably
move on
gonna
then.
fall off their calendar, but,
Okay,
I imagine this may not be as important to her as it is to me. I get it, she has a lot of other things going
But
on and
it's
other events.
It's not like you're
and-
asking her to do a lot.
Agreed. That's how I feel about
But
it.
I
Yeah,
wonder
well,
if
then
maybe
you're
she's
right then.
dragging her feet a little because the certificate of insurance is not gonna be valid for one reason or another, because are they changing insurance companies
No,
or,
because their, expiration comes up before our event.
do you know what it is though?
I don't even know if I can see it.
Oh,
Like, there's stuff that's like,
I don't know. I
it's
can see
blurred,
it.
you know what I mean?
so we had the same exact thing happen when we had, we'd get relicensed by DCFS, where they would come in to relicense us, and the expiration of the insurance was like, I want to say November, and it was all right at that time. You know, so we were trying to get a new, and our certificate of insurance, you know, we could get it very quickly, but they couldn't.
Within an hour.
Yeah, they
you should
couldn't.
be able to
They
get it.
couldn't give it to us in advance of the expiration. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it had to be kind of tied with that.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it looks like it's September 7th, is what it looks like the expiration is. So it expires before our event.
do you know the name of the
I
company?
have a hard time understanding, because with our company, we have to include additional insurers when we're doing a promotion. And with some of our clients that we know are going to come back year after year, they're just on our insurance. It isn't like we have to say when we renew, oh, at home has to be on our insurance. So I'm not sure, and it doesn't cost
Like we
anything.
could, you could add them, right, like
No,
what
I
you're
don't.
saying,
No,
add them, and then it would
right.
just, can we just be
Oh, I
automatic?
don't know if you could
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
It used to take, one of the places I work, it used to take 3 to 4 business days for them to get it back to us through email, but it still wasn't a ton of time.
And I'll say it, and I should have mentioned this, it doesn't happen within an hour when I have to call Suzanne and say, hey, I need a certificate of insurance for, let's say, District 88. Because we usually get one for the year. And it usually takes a couple days. You know, she puts the request in, and then you know, Irma, they're dealing with a lot of other different municipal clients, so it takes a couple days. But it's, I mean, to me, that's pretty quickly. If you ask for it on a Monday and it's done by Wednesday or Thursday, you know, that seems fast to me. But I don't know, it's weird. It's like I feel like she's dragging her feet a little bit.
Like, why wouldn't this be important?
Yeah.
So,
That's why I said, don't
Yeah,
stress
so
over
if
it,
it
Carla.
happens,
She does work
it
with
happens.
other
Money to
villages.
give them.
Villages.
money.
She's
Yeah.
worked with
That's
other
what she
cities
said.
and
Okay.
towns
yeah.
and-
That's,
They do
do
this
you
all the
know
time.
who else she's worked with?
She did not tell me. She did tell me because of it being October, she had some concerns about our date. That was the first thing, because there are towns that they've been in for years repeatedly,
I bet
which
something like that.
makes sense, you know.
She did. Did you?
So
You,
she had
call
to check
center
with
and
the
she's
other
like-
event people to make sure that none of the recurring events that they have yearly were was at the same time as ours.
and she didn't give you a list of references of other communities?
No.
Because that would be nice if you could just call one of them, like for a reference, and then say, hey, you know, how was getting a certificate of insurance, you know, were they named, you know, whatever, the
You
Tinley
as
Park
additional.
District as additional insured, were they able to do that for you? And, you know, just kind of see what they say, but
Yeah.
it's too bad.
It is, because
You
that
just
was like really
Google them,
exciting.
maybe, then you can find out where they've been before.
Say that again?
If you Google them,
to see where they've been.
Yeah, then you can at least get maybe one reference.
Yeah, they might list the different festivals they've
On their
worked at,
calendar or
yeah.
something.
Or like
I'll
even
look
like
at that.
if they've another village has used them, maybe they have it somewhere old, like last
Right.
year.
I don't know, it's just frustrating, I just want her to make it important. So,
Yeah, I
so
wouldn't,
there's that, that's where we're with that.
I wouldn't stress over it,
To be determined.
Mhm.
Everything else is still going well. Hearing back from more, some of last year's people, the candle lady, she's gonna come back. I think I told you guys already, we have a hair braiding person, yes, because Dave doesn't get his hair braided.
yeah.
I just got caught it, I should have told her.
Isn't that nice with your shirt?
No mo until autumn
No
jubilee
mo
now.
There you go. No haircuts till
Okay, so since we're talking about, can I bring up one other thing here?
I have an autumn jubilee question unless.
Sure.
The second, layout map you turned in
Okay.
is, smaller than what originally you talked about, how much space you were going to need. So I just wanna make sure that, the second one one that you turned in most recently,
That's
looks
2 pages,
looks a lot like last year's.
2 maps
There's 2 maps.
on that page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check with Cheryl on that.
Yes, because actually, I told Cheryl, she brought it up to me, and I'm like, I'm actually having trouble being so zoomed out and then planting things that you can't really tell what
So you
I'm
did it
planting.
in 2 pages,
So she said, just do 2 maps.
and that's what you turned in?
Yeah,
Okay, then I'll double check with her
sorry,
on
I
that.
maybe should
No,
have
no, it's
noted
okay.
on the first page, this is a 2-page map or something. and
This
think
is just
about
us talking, we were kinda going back and forth and making sure. I
Yes. So that is
I
why
check
it
on your
looks
stuff the
smaller.
way I do on my own, for our department.
Good.
Just to, cause I wanna make sure if there's like a box
No,
that wasn't checked,
sure. I appreciate it.
And she did mention that the second map, was definitely smaller, so I wanna make sure she knows if it's 2 pages.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was her suggestion,
Okay.
so that I could fit everything.
Very good, thank you.
No problem. Any other questions about Autumn Jubilee? Okay, so since, as of last night, I didn't realize we did hire the new.
Communication specialist?
Thank you, I was like, I don't know, her name's Michelle, the new Donnie, like,
Oh,
I don't know if.
No, so Michelle is the deputy, director
that
for
was the
community development and economic development. Riley
Riley.
is the new communication
I
specialist.
have
we talked
one
to
name,
last
and
night,
her name
right?
is
Yeah.
Riley.
She hasn't been here, but I don't even think 2 weeks yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the one who took the photos?
Yeah.
Yes.
So before, when Donnie was still here, I had mentioned to Suzanne about putting things on our webpage, like PDFs or, like header pictures, whether it was a flyer of ours or a picture of an event of ours or something like that, so that people who aren't on Facebook and we direct them to our page, it actually has some content of what's going on other than our agendas.
And when you're saying our page, you're talking about the official village website.
Yes.
villagepark.com.
Yep. So that's the only web page we have other than Facebook, right?
No, that's just email. Right, we're talking about the actual website. There is a page on the Village of Villa Park website that's dedicated to the Fund Commission. So
It's
this
where
is-
like the meetings are, it has the agendas, it has the minutes, it has our responsibilities and our duties, where we'll hopefully have a mission statement that we come up with. But we can ask them to put different pictures in there and different documents, but I don't wanna overload them and do it too frequently either, so if we can put some of these things condensed somehow, so someone can easily see what's going on and our happenings without necessarily being on Facebook, since a lot of people are not
on
Mhm.
Facebook.
Well, I mean, it's like an
I think
agenda is
it
kind
would
of boring.
also,
No.
It says the Pride Commission meeting, November 22, 2016.
I did email her and ask her to update the time of our meetings on the website, though. She said she would
Oh,
do that.
that's Pride
I was
Commission,
gonna
never
say
mind.
that.
Now we have Fun
I was
Commission.
double checking the time today and I panicked. I'm like, I'm late.
Oh, she told me she fixed it. I emailed her
Who's
weeks
she?
ago.
Riley.
Cheryl.
Oh.
No, Suzanne.
The calendar's right, the page is wrong.
Mhm.
The calendar is right. though.
Yeah, I'd asked her to change the web page. So I will do that
So
again.
maybe that's just the old
Yeah, I'll do that again.
Pride Commission and they still have that page up.
yeah, interesting.
I know there's some
Transparency.
requirements about not taking stuff down once it's posted. I know that we had,
That makes sense.
there was like a almost like transparency slash
Code or
open meetings
Yeah.
kind of thing where you don't remove something once it's posted, so that might fall into
How
that
do they
category.
handle that when it comes to like storing it all?
Right.
That's not, that's
Wow.
not
Yeah.
in my.
It sounds like,
today.
we should try to set up a meeting with Riley.
Yeah, she hasn't gotten to all the departments yet. I don't know. I think she said something like that last night, that she's working on it, but she's trying to get a few more in this week. So, just if you could give her a week or so.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I didn't realize that they had hired somebody, but I was not gonna ask Suzanne to upload the things that her and I had talked about when Donnie was still here for the
Yeah.
Her intention was to have him do it, so I figured she probably had plenty on her plate, and I just kind of put it.
Yeah, I'm sure I think it would be a great idea to meet with Riley and, take that opportunity to give her the stuff that you want uploaded.
And did we not already, vote on a new mission statement?
I didn't know if we had voted on it. I didn't know where we left it, and
Yeah.
where it
Well,
was
this is what we
submitted.
did, that Mary and I
Yeah.
worked on last year.
And did we never vote on that?
Well,
I don't
I
think
think we did, but I think it's the duties thing.
Yeah, I think this
Was
is.
that
I couldn't
shared?
remember. I know you guys worked on it, and I didn't remember if it had been submitted and it didn't get put on.
I didn't,
there.
I don't think we submitted anything.
Your phone sound like
That is a cicada.
No.
That is what I said last night.
Sound like a
I said
cicada.
she's gonna have her ringtone be cicada
I
buzzing.
wish I could. I wish I could.
Mary, okay, sorry, okay.
Are
I know
we,
we're out of order.
yeah,
Before we get to that, Village, Spring 2024 newsletter submission. I don't even remember. And or the dates.
On the website, right? In the packet.
that was just what Mary and I did, I don't know what happened. I don't know if we voted on it or.
Under, item 6, on the, March 26th meeting minutes. Village Spring newsletter, we missed the
Okay,
spring
so
newsletter.
that was me who dropped the ball.
I thought you were gonna contact
I was
Suzanne.
gonna contact Suzanne.
But now, I would,
But wait,
again, I would say
it was,
Riley.
the deadline was March 6th.
That was for the
but
spring one,
Then you were gonna contact and see the dates
For
for
the
the future.
summer.
and all the dates, like what are the deadlines?
Yes.
Two more copies of this. And again, I think this is something that will fall under Riley's.
Riley?
Oh, so we submit something to Riley and then,
We're gonna have to, we definitely need to set up a meeting to find out. Find out exactly.
Process.
how
Right.
to-
and then like how to get on this newsletter.
Gina, I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Are
just
the
looking up the.
submissions on the calendar? Like, are the deadlines on the calendar? No.
The deadlines
Internal, like
for the, for the newsletter. I don't believe those are on the calendar,
Okay.
on the website, because those are, that website calendar is, for upcoming,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know if that would be internal or not.
I want to see if I have a.
Okay, so
Hmm.
the last item is to create and vote on new duties description for our page. We'll develop and vote on the new mission statement. Okay, Mary, will you read us the mission statement again?
This vision statement that we worked on.
Oh, you have it?
So, yeah. To promote friendship and to foster community spirit by providing opportunities for social, educational, and volunteer pursuits that support the village of Villa Park. Our name pretty much says it, focusing on unifying
I like it.
neighbors. So,
Me too. I think it sounds good.
it's
Yeah,
very
we put
concise.
social, educational, volunteer pursuits.
So, trying to think where I had it. There is actually a difference between responsibilities and duties. What I don't know is if do we ask that this is added as a mission statement, or do we ask that we have that replace our duties?
That's a mission statement, I think,
That's a
right?
mission statement.
Is it that this
see that as
weird
a
thing
mission
that I have? The section thing?
Those are bylaws, right? Aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Code of ordinance and.
Oh, did you download that
I
from the
just have
villages
this, I don't know how I have it.
codes?
Probably should have done.
Has
So-
junior members.
If this is from the
Yeah.
code, then there should be a list of what duties are.
Well, and it says here, powers and duties, it has
Oh.
a section.
What we have now.
Yeah, send something.
Yeah.
You want to know what it currently says for duties?
Well, I was gonna
Okay.
send the draft. Yeah, can I send it to you?
For what?
This is the draft that they had in the agenda,
Okay.
for what we currently have for the commission.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what that is.
So, Amy,
You want to pull it up on the screen?
well, I'm gonna send it to you, and if you wanna pull it up on the screen, that's great.
Okay.
What's your email?
DA samples.
At Gmail, right?
Yep.
Well, that would be fancy. Like,
Let's see what we can do.
use those laptops.
I'm gonna try it.
Draft
You gotta click some buttons.
mission, what would that be?
I just wanna see if I can find it. Look up. Oh, look at that. I think I got it.
Link.
$3.
We're in.
All right.
So good. David's earning his pay.
Free
today.
samples. Yeah.
All right, I have sent it to you. I've sent you the link, and then it says that we're on page 4 of the packet.
Good evening, David.
Good
evening.
Oh, we just made a mistake.
No.
But it's actually
I
page
know, it's never
168
happened
that you're gonna
Ignore
scroll down
samples, Dave.
to.
Oh my God.
Because it's the whole, agenda packet. And then it has a link to the code of ordinances.
This?
Yeah, there's that. There's a link.
And I just emailed you our webpage where it currently says for duties when we get to
Well,
that.
and that's gonna
I
be.
don't see
the-
Oh, it is in there? Okay.
I'm sorry?
This is gonna be
What
the
everybody's
official
talking,
document,
what?
and then they'll change it.
This is not a file.
No, it's not a file. It's the link, or it should be a link.
It's not,
Is it not a
the
link?
link isn't there either.
Copy it and paste it in.
All right,
I
so
do
go
it too.
into,
This is the email.
so why don't you Google, cause I just did a
Just
copy and
it.
paste. Can you copy it?
Okay. Just in Google
You
this?
should be able to. And if
No,
you
and
can't,
the
then,
engine, you go to the end.
People wonder why. I got
Oh,
the
that's the link
confused.
to the.
It's not gonna be 002.
no, it
You
won't be
are
002. That's a
Huh?
save as,
You and the
so I'd have to
farmer.
actually link it.
We're in the front.
Can you do a Google?
You gotta
Go into Google
Communication.
and just do a Google for the board agenda.
What do you want me to do?
Go to Google for Villa Park board agenda. Or trustee agenda, that's fine. And then it was on April 8th, cow is what it was.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is fun.
April what?
April 8th, cow.
I'm just wondering if it's easier to scroll through
No,
here.
Now you're
up to
going
the
forward,
agenda.
you gotta go,
Back in time?
yeah,
Yeah.
just a little bit
A
more.
little bit more.
There's 2 scroll bars. This is great design.
I know, it's fun. April 8th, there's,
This?
Oh,
that's
no,
the
she
village
wants
board.
COW.
trustee, right there, up
Right
to
above
the
it.
cow,
There it is.
right there. And if you open it,
It was Joe.
it'll
No,
give you
it's
the
not
option of
more.
a PDF for the packet, and then just the agenda, you want the packet. Or they have the commissioner handbook, go to the commissioner handbook, yeah, go all the way down.
No. No,
What is,
that
what page,
is-
168?
Yeah, then you gotta go to page 168. Oh, wait a minute, no, it's probably,
No, no, no,
then it's
different.
probably page
Oh.
4.
Page 4? Maybe?
Let's see what the, so it has a table of contents, and I think we should be at page 4. There we are. Funimation.
Oh.
So sensitive.
So we, yeah, chapter. So we click on that? Chapter 2,
You wanna
article,
click this?
So that's your ordinance there, yeah, go
24.
ahead and click
Click
on
it.
that.
Unicode.
Oh, this is what you have.
So, see section 2, 2908, powers and duties. There you go.
Need to get the tree from the library.
That was totally worth the wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started to do that.
Everybody can see it now.
School and this and that.
Okay, are we gonna just plow through it and come up with something?
So
'Cause-
you
So,
have a,
wait a minute.
you're looking at an ordinance now, an ordinance you'd have to go to the board to change.
So is this what's going to be on the website?
Well, this is your ordinance.
This is what's on the website.
This is
This is
what
the law now.
currently is.
Okay,
in place.
well,
So it is something that can be changed by the board.
okay,
But if you want to propose something, my
Like strike
understanding
number
is
7.
you would submit the proposal.
Okay, understood.
Do care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which.
Here.
I can zoom.
You could probably close
So
this
at this
thing.
point,
Yeah.
when we read these and look at these, we were
Yes,
mostly.
but I don't
So
like it.
nice.
It sounds like a gardening club.
Control
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound anything like, and again, it's just.
And should we like somehow
So
work
is that
with some
touchscreen?
Control
They
plus.
didn't give me
If this
trustees
breaks.
to get their input of what they.
She knows what
I
she's
mean,
doing.
Kevin Patrick
No.
really sounded like he really wanted us to work with him.
That's
Or with
true.
them.
well, we do
I'm
work
trying
with
to
other
say
boards
that
though, so there's nothing.
And control minus to get
Wait,
that.
she
That didn't zoom at all, did it?
It did.
Who are the corporate authorities?
Yeah,
You
see,
could
that's,
probably go more.
that sounds like we're,
This is all your code.
raising money.
A
lot of it sounds like we're raising money.
Prepare and recommend to the corporate authority. Who's the corporate authorities?
The board.
That's
board.
probably good.
Oh, okay.
Can we just say, not say the board? Do we have to say corporate
We have
authorities?
to say
Well, that's a
corporate-
legal, that's a legal
Really?
thing,
Okay,
so that's
just
why
leave
it
the
has to
words
say
alone.
that.
All
If
right,
you
but
wanna
that's the
put
board.
it in a little
No,
bit.
whatever. I mean, it is.
Well, now we know.
The
what it is.
solicit donations.
I hate that.
Which you
I
kind of do.
I'm not nuts
So-
about how that's worded,
Yeah.
soliciting.
It's
lawyer talk.
Yeah.
Right.
I like the volunteers good, but.
Do we ask
Right,
people for
and I
money?
don't, like, we have nothing to do with HOAs and I'm not even gonna touch that.
Do like, yeah, that needs to just go.
Yeah.
We, sometimes we'll get like $25
So-
gift certifications, cause we
You
can
you
those
have
out
a hard
for
copy, you might
landscape
wanna
designs in the
start striking and
fall. and
Yeah.
I was
summer.
just gonna
But we
say,
give that to
should we
people.
Then we give it
revisit
to
this
people,
at
so
our
like we'll go to
next
businesses.
meeting?
Oh,
and
I
I
ask
know, but we've been
this-
pushing it
Okay,
off
but
for
not
a
really
long
have
time.
these printed
So
out.
this is on our
No,
agenda,
it's
my
business.
understanding is that
Yes.
the draft is on the agenda for May.
I think we need
As
to
approval.
pound it out.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, we have two things going on here. We have the ordinance and then we have the draft of the handbook. So the handbook, why don't we take a look at the handbook? The handbook you can go back to, you don't have to go into the
ordinance, just go back to where the ordinance was linked.
She got up for me.
I don't know how a handbook.
I'm
is
confused.
changed for
So
everybody.
we're looking at, yeah, so there is a draft, we have, as a board, have been asking for handbooks for commissioners, or a handbook for commissioners, so that it's not just like, welcome to the commission, and you have no idea what you're doing, right?
Okay, so this is
So,
to help you guys.
This is to help,
Oh,
this is to help you
commissioners.
guys.
Commissioners.
Oh, us?
Yeah. The rest of us is like, me.
So that, like, when Venus
I
comes
know.
on, she's not like, okay, I'm a commissioner, now what?
What's
Right.
kites and kicks?
What's kites and kicks? Yeah, exactly.
So if you go into the commissioner handbook again, this is the draft that was presented to us. We have not, it was just presented to us in a cow, so there has been no
How many pages?
movement. There's been nothing approved, it was just in draft. So this is what we have so far,
Who came
Then-
up with this?
staff.
So each.
And it
each-
comes from the ordinance.
Okay.
So,
Each commission has its own handbook.
no, each commission has a section in the handbook.
Oh, okay.
So we have, and then there's something that is a general, like, this is what it is like to be a commissioner. You can take a look at it, it
No,
was on
doesn't
the
work like
agenda.
that. No.
But it says like the number of members, your length of term, when you're meeting, so they have the fourth Tuesday of each month at 5:30. Junior members, 2 junior members with a term of 1 year. Junior members,
It says number of members 9. I think that needs to be, spelled out, that it's 7 commission members and 2 junior commission members. Because what I don't want to happen is that we get into a situation where, because we don't have 9 members on this board and we hold a meeting, and then we don't have enough for a quorum.
okay,
2 junior members?
so
You can't have up to 2. Oh, I'm like, so else is
7 commission members and 2 junior commission members.
Yes.
And the length of term for both are 3 years.
It says junior members.
It
is
says
a
junior
term of
members
1
are
year.
1 year.
Yeah.
It says junior members.
Junior members may participate in meetings and programs of the commission, but shall not vote on any matter that comes before the commission. Junior members may be between the ages of 13 and 17 and residents of the village. Junior members under the age of 16 must have consent from parents or legal guardian. The Community Fund Focus on Unifying Neighbors Commission advises the board on matters relating to the overall image of the village, including physical beautification, public relations, and promotion of volunteers and volunteerism within the village. The commission coordinates several special events throughout the year. Expectations. The position may demand a significantly greater time commitment than other commissions. Meeting preparation varies based on event schedules. Commissioners are requested to assist with several special events and programs throughout the year.
That makes sense.
So
That sounds good.
Yeah, but that's what we didn't, like, we're not like the community volunteer committee either.
So is it the matters relating to the overall image, the beautification, public relations, and promotion of volunteers and volunteerism?
I feel like the one thing, because I read this in the duties area too,
Yep.
which is we're not promoting volunteerism within the village. We are volunteers, but I don't feel like we're doing anything to promote getting involved.
General volunteer, we
we-
promote for our events.
We initially, well, not initially, because initially we were the ones that set up, spring sweep.
And
but
that's
then
now
we,
the environmental concerns.
correct. And then they really do not need our help in getting volunteers. They had, quite a few volunteers. So that would be the only time that we were really trying to get other volunteers. Although, I mean, maybe, this Illinois Prairie Path, that's,
Yeah,
You're getting
Promoting
Well,
volunteers.
that's your physical
Volunteerism.
beautification.
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, our mission statement does say
Well, we do
volunteer
planters.
pursuits.
And we give out
Volunteer
landscape
pursuits.
awards, so
Yeah.
that's physical beautification,
Sure.
that's
Yeah.
encouraging
But I'd
people
say,
to,
great, encouraging,
Encouraging.
promoting people, or encouraging people to do it, not
us doing it ourselves.
And-
Including
Except for the
promoting
volunteers.
physical
Well-
donations to do it.
Right.
What has happened with the giving people awards, they've been inspired to want to be involved in the village.
Right,
Yeah.
and beautify.
You know, so I
We're
think
not
it's kind
promoting
of,
volunteerism,
it is.
but-
I think in a way it is because people are inspired then to wanna help.
That's the least thing that bothers me, to be honest with you, in this whole thing.
But that's
Like,
not on
Is that
this.
promoting or is that inspiring volunteerism?
Well, I think the previous
Inspiring.
sentence says advises
It's
the board on
inspiring.
matters relating to. The minute you say relating to, it's like your umbrella is wide.
Oh,
Yeah,
So when
you're
you say including physical beautification, that could be encouraging other people to do it, doing it
Right.
ourselves. I think
I'm fine with that.
advising on matters relating to
And
leaves it really broad. That's just my gut feel.
And, okay, so powers, I'm on the duties that's on the website.
How does our mission statement relate to this?
Cause there isn't one. Not every commission has one, but some of them do have that on their websites.
And
And
if
if
you
you- and
scroll through this, you'll see that.
Okay.
I mean,
All right, I
I
didn't
think we
mean to
need
interrupt
to
you,
change
Carla.
the
Go
number of
ahead.
members.
No, that's okay,
right?
so
We need to fix that number of members to 7 and 2.
I
and
do have a
3 years
question
and 1 year.
about that. Okay, so is it two, like the additional two, is that counting you guys or is it the junior members? It's not, okay.
No, I'm a liaison,
Right.
Jean is a liaison.
Cause
Yeah.
I
So
was,
they don't have voting.
I have looked at like other villages' websites and they include like the liaisons in their total number of members. And, cause they don't differentiate it out on their website either the way Villa Park has done it, so I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think
but they
they,
can't
we don't do
vote.
that because we
Yeah.
don't have enough board members to be able to be a liaison for all of our
Yeah,
commissioners.
yeah.
Unless people are taking 2 or 3. I'd love to, but I don't have that kind of
Wow.
time.
I don't know how you have this kind of time, to be honest with you.
So yeah, I think you're right, we do need to make sure that's very clear,
Yeah.
like what are our numbers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 7 voting members.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
So we can get that changed.
You would have to draft something, and then we could present that, or you could present that.
Okay.
Because, does this mean that it's actually 9 voting members and
It
the
shouldn't be.
commission is just
Oh my gosh.
making do with 7?
No.
No,
it should
no,
not
it's
be.
7.
It should be
commission
7.
members and
Seven.
then 2 junior
It
commissioners.
was at
Yeah.
one time, but we changed to that.
Okay.
That was changed.
No,
No?
it was 5,
Five.
and then we
Mhm. Went to
changed it to
7.
7,
Okay.
And then,
and then somehow it wound up.
And what is this thing called?
This is your ordinance.
Yeah.
No, but I know, but what was that other thing, the handbook?
That
That
would
was the
be
handbook.
your draft of the commissioner handbook. They have a picture of the Autumn Jubilee.
Other
All right.
than the correction, I didn't. Well, I guess there's. Did anybody have any opinions on the handbook portion?
inspiring volunteerism, as opposed to promoting.
Okay, I
Right.
like that change.
Dave,
I
right?
can remember
Sorry?
Inspiring volunteerism as opposed to promoting
instead
it.
of saying 9.
Yeah, I'm okay. I just didn't, at least as long as I've been in, I just don't feel like that's been one of our objectives. But I'm not saying we can't be. I mean, maybe that's something, a pursuit we want to drive towards. I wasn't trying to be.
No, I think, yeah.
I think we're on the
get it.
same page.
Makes sense, yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you look at your events that you have,
Problem with it, but it really does make a difference
you have
because
your Prairie Path cleanup, your cicadas, your kites and
I get
kicks,
it, and it's
Autumn
one
Jubilee.
person.
Right.
Do you inspire volunteerism in those events?
You don't really ask them.
The Prairie Path
Prairie Path
community-
No, but I think having
do.
something fun, like, want to get people involved. I think it's a
Mhm.
secondary, it's not,
That is the inspiring,
That's
that's not
it's,
inspiring.
right, it's not, this is our objective, it is just, hey, we're having fun.
Yeah, I don't feel like our events are out hustling for
No.
volunteers. We are volunteering and putting on the events
But
with people.
Right.
if you look up promote and inspire and synonyms, there is some duplication.
It's true.
You know, so it really just depends on, you know, what your comfort level is
Yeah.
with it. And if you feel, you know, that strongly about it, then we would, like Trustee Alfano said, you'd have to request to make a change to the ordinance.
I do agree, though. I think promoting is pushing and inspiring is more welcoming, or like, hey, why don't you do this?
Romancing.
Yeah. So the ordinance then, which is
Mhm.
also written as the duties, which was the first thing that Dave had up on our webpage, is where it says, powers and duties include soliciting donations for the physical beautification. I can understand why it would be written that way, because we do ask for, gift cards to give as prizes for the
Yeah.
landscape awards.
But
But
we
I
use
don't
that
like the way
budget.
that sounds.
Yeah, cause we do have a budget for that.
Right.
As opposed to us having to go out and
We're not-
solicit for it.
I just think that's
Well,
terribly written.
Don't we have a budget though, because there was some question about how donations with gift cards? Am I wrong? When we were putting the budget together, we asked about, well, what if we get gift cards, and what if we get like $100 gift card, or what if we get,
Oh, I think, I think, one of the things we talked about as it relates to the budget was if we had, for example, let's say, I'm sorry, I said we, if the commission has, let's say, $3,000 in their budget, and then they get sponsorships or donations equaling 1,000, does that mean that now their budget is 4,000?
that's right.
Yeah, and we've clarified that as not.
It is not the case,
Okay.
right.
So we
So
But
that,
that's a
it sounded
cash-
like what you were saying,
Yes,
so
I
like,
couldn't remember what that discussion.
That's cash,
Right.
not a $25
Right.
tire place
Right.
donation or something.
Which
Okay.
now that we've
Which is-
clarified, we are not out soliciting donations, now that we have clarified that so much, other than maybe a couple of $25 gift certificates here and there.
Yeah.
We're using our budget to do our events.
Yeah.
so you're not putting out requests to
No.
area
We
businesses?
support
to
us.
s-
No.
Right, agreed.
Good, because there's not a lot of businesses
I
to
guess-
go around, that's one
Well,
more group.
let's
I-
put it this way,
I'm
if someone
competing with.
offers something, like the
we'll take it.
tattoo, we're gonna take it.
But we're not out soliciting
No.
donations because we have a budget.
So we need to change number two.
Yes. And I think that definitely needs to be changed, right?
Yes, but, we do need to allow room for the fact that we do go into businesses. Mary and I have gone into several businesses.
I think it
Is
just
this
needs to be
more about accept or
reworded.
manage donations, either in cash or?
I feel like, right, soliciting donations just sounds,
Also, it's number two,
Because-
it looks like our number two duty is to be out hustling for cash.
Yeah.
And that's not really the case.
Yeah,
I
that
also
could be,
think you need to clarify that you're asking businesses, cause the way it's
wait,
worded,
is
it
that
sounds like
the
you're asking
first
the
thing
average
that was
person.
brought, is that the
That's where-
ordinance?
That's the ordinance.
Oh, so it's written differently a little bit
I just
on,
wanna ask,
on our
This is new.
webpage.
who actually ever looks at this though?
well,
I have.
Well, it's
Yeah.
written on
I
our,
look
it's
at
written
it.
on our page,
The
and
people.
that's my
The
bigger
people that would
thing.
make a problem would look at it.
No, I look at it to
Like-
make sure that we're
Like
covering
me,
our
The
bases.
citizens that would make it a problem are the ones
Mhm.
examining this.
So the way that the ordinance is written, part of that is taken and put onto our website under the duties.
Right.
It's not
Correct.
exact.
Not all of it is copied and pasted, I do
So-
not believe.
So to change the duties, we would have to request that the ordinance is changed.
That's my
We might
understanding.
not like that word, but from a legal perspective, there
It's
might
probably
be
needed.
reasons for it, and it might not feel good, but I'm just, does it change what we're actually doing in that space?
Then honestly, if we're like, yeah, we probably should keep it for whatever reasons, I wouldn't want it to be the first sentence.
Right.
Okay,
yeah, we make it the last
It's way
thing.
up there.
Let's make it the last
I
thing.
see that.
Right.
Yeah.
Any cash
Let me just see if I can
received
move
shall
it.
be paid to the village treasurer, who shall segregate and deposit said monies into a special line item account, which shall be known as the Community Fund Commission account.
Yeah, we
That's
did
fine, I mean,
that.
and it's
We
not
did
written
that
like that
last
on the
year.
duties, which is fine, for obvious reasons.
To me, that one makes really perfect sense.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's
Saying that, there's a checks and balances
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
money that's,
When you finish that sentence, or
Okay,
you
so
finish
we
number
keep
two.
that, we keep
Yeah.
number two, we just don't put it number two, we put it last. We change the order of it.
I don't know
I
that
would
we're
like
gonna
to see the
change the
wording
ordinance
changed
just to change
as
the
well.
order.
Well,
Well,
no,
like
but we're
number
gonna
three,
change more things.
We're not even doing number three, right?
Of the image of the
I
Well-
wonder if number 2 was added to make it, legal for the commission to,
To have a
to
budget.
solicit.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
because,
just leave it.
because as a, you're not employees,
yeah.
so you're not supposed, there's certain rules and regulations that go into that, and this allows the commission to actually solicit donations or in-kind contributions or what have you. That might be there to make it okay.
So if a business owner wanted to double check.
Yeah. Sure.
But
Okay.
I would
I
change
don't know
the
about that
part
word.
of, for the physical beautification and enhancement of the image of the village, because we're doing more than that. I mean, again, the physical beautification.
Are you in, which number
we
is
already-
that?
that's
Still
still on
two, she's
two.
still on two.
It's the
Well, it
second.
says, and the enhancement of the image of the village, so mostly
But see,
everything else we do. It's
See,
like
that's
two
not
things.
exactly how the duties is written, and I guess the duties bothers me because it's on our webpage, and if we're gonna start directing people there for documents or for our event stuff, I'd like to, but it's not written the same way.
But they
So-
do say powers in duties. So powers
And that's
is what
exactly
gives
how it's
you,
written here too,
gives
on
you
the
the-
duties.
okay, it gives you the, essentially the
Allows
authority,
you.
makes it okay for you to do some of those things. I would not be surprised if some of that wording was changed based on, the way the commission's kind of expanded what it's done.
So I'm gonna go off the duties down the page then, because that's just a little bit easier for
From the
me.
handout last night, is that what we're talking about?
From the
No,
A.
on the website.
The website, it's like if you go to the
Oh, okay,
Community Fund Commission's page on the website.
all right.
So it says powers and duties include soliciting donations for the physical beautification and enhancement of the image of the village, which we already said, it does make sense because of our awards that we give out for landscape awards. Coordinate a volunteer program and encourage volunteerism. That kind of makes sense because we are encouraging people to.
Yeah, but we're not coordinating a volunteer program.
But aren't we?
But the events,
If
you're
we
putting
are-
events on that you're all volunteering to run.
Right, but, and if we don't have commissioners, we're trying to get more commissioners and more junior commissioners, so I kinda feel like
Okay.
we are doing
Right.
that. It's
Also,
just
maybe not
worded
for the,
differently.
not for the Fund Commission, but for Villa Park commissions as a whole.
Whole.
The
So,
commissions as a
coming
whole, but
into
also
this-
like this Illinois Prairie Path
Mhm.
cleanup. Also, we reached out to Sarah Corkery.
Yep.
Regarding
Yep.
her group being volunteers and being on the spook, doing the spook walk, so I do think that one applies.
Then it
so
says-
coming into the commission, I'm new, so I didn't know what you guys did. I thought you guys literally just clean up a lot.
There's a lot of cleaning.
So you wanna get out?
You
can't,
wanna
you just-
clean.
You should see us when we clean up.
I'm just
Clean up
saying
real
it's not
nice.
very clear that you guys are doing like fun community events. That's not coming through to me on the website. And like volunteering is great, and I think that's important to keep in there, but I think it's not clear enough that there's a lot of other things that you guys do.
Yep.
And it should be way more obvious.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I agree, changing the name to the Fund Commission really was the idea of focus on unifying neighbors through special events and volunteerism.
I think like saying like seasonal events or maybe even like specifying like, we're doing autumn jubilee and like maybe like some examples in there would make it like really clear what this commission does.
Yeah, organizing and putting on seasonal events.
So the next section says, and I think this is where we maybe should reword it to include those items. Recommend activities which will accomplish its intents and purposes, prepare pamphlets concerning its goals and objectives.
Which is part of the code, though.
The cicada story. It's a pamphlet.
We've
The
done
objective
one.
of cicada.
I mean, yes, and we do
But
create pamphlets of like our upcoming.
Yeah, flyers.
But your marketing is your pamphlets. No?
Yeah, but if I was gonna join this commission, would I be like, do I really wanna clean up a bunch of stuff and make pamphlets?
Right.
Yeah.
And
do I wanna-
and
only
tell
specific
HOAs
thing
what
in
to
there.
do, even though I legally cannot.
We need to get the HOA thing up.
Yeah, I don't know what
I don't
the
even know
number
what
7
the
is.
HOA thing is.
Or the neighborhood improvement groups, I don't really know what that means either.
Yeah.
I think number 7
What
just
are
goes
HOAs?
bye-bye.
Homeowner association groups.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones, if you live in a neighborhood, you have to pay them, and then they have rules for your
They
neighborhood.
tell you how.
A lot of rules.
how you
Usually
can-
for
what color you
condos
can
or
paint your
townhouses.
house.
You don't cut your lawn.
So then
you know,
intent
yeah.
and purpose.
That's why Dave doesn't have an HOA.
So that was
The
gonna be
intent
my
and
next
purpose.
question is,
They
how
do
is
as
that
well.
The
That's why
intent
your
and
Christmas
purpose
lights are
of
up
the
for too
Village
long
Fund
and-
Commission to
Mhm.
advise
Yeah.
the President and Board of Trustees on matters relating to the overall image of the village, including physical beautification, public relations, and coordination and promotion of volunteerism within the village.
Are you reading off one of the documents we've got?
Section
Government
2-2902.
Oh, that was just, hey, I got this.
Yeah, I read it on there, you had it right.
Did this one.
That's like.
It's confusing to keep up with it all, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah, you should see me
I
on
don't
the
know
days.
We should get a lawyer for this.
So many.
That's
I need
that's
to
why-
follow
that's
on.
why
Like,
Nothing
where are
says
we?
fun like a
The
lawyer.
village had a lawyer, that's how it ended up like that.
Well, that's,
You know,
that's
I,
The issue is that there needs to be one that flows through the ordinance and the handbook and the
It
online.
needs to all be
It needs
accurate.
to all say the same thing.
So I
right.
think what I'm hearing from you is that what is missing is the seasonal events that are meant to get the community out and unify
Together,
them,
unified together.
right?
right.
Can we get rid of 7?
So would that be part of the intent and purpose?
what is 7
Yes,
that you're
I
saying?
would
Because you are the, focused on Unifying Neighbors Commission, so wouldn't we want to focus on having that unifying piece
Yeah.
think
in
so.
the
How do we
intent
get
and
that
purpose?
added and
Just saying like unifying neighbors, I think is.
And wouldn't that be
Something
the
should be in
first thing that you would wanna put in there, in my opinion?
Well, wouldn't that,
So
wouldn't
not
this mission
just-
statement fit there?
Well, we're
You
looking at
don't
the
need
code
it.
first,
You
though.
don't need a
We're looking at
mission
the ordinance.
statement if you put the mission statement in your.
I felt like the
Oh.
mission statement would be on our website so that people could understand more of what we're doing.
Yeah, if
But
you
your
go-
intent and purpose then would end up being your mission statement, you
Is
could
this
just write it.
legalese though,
Mhm.
and that's like,
You could write it in
the
a
app-
nicer way.
yeah.
Maybe, is that part of what we're talking about is here, who's the audience for this? We're talking about updating it, and I'm not saying it's not important, but I think,
I'm
People
100%,
going to the Facebook page
it's a
are
different
not going to
audience
go to
than
this.
who's on our
Yeah.
website.
so I did, just think, let's keep that in context when, this is a legal document,
But
right?
this goes directly
But
onto our website.
this is your ordinance, so if you want to change anything, my understanding is this is the ordinance, like this is what
The
gives
drive.
you your backbone.
Your duties
Yeah.
on our webpage.
We have to have that so we can then have that be on
This
our website.
allows you to
So
exist.
I'm feeling like we should just maybe chop a couple things out or request to chop a couple things out of the duties, ask to include the mission statement and call it a day then.
Yeah, thank you,
Change it
Carolyn.
later.
And I think the stuff on your webpage that you want to entice people to fill out, an application for can be worded in a way that sounds, a lot of inviting and exciting, yes.
It's differently than this, but you
Yeah.
also wanna make sure that whoever is on the board understands what your purpose is.
Yeah, I do think we need
So
to
that
add
they don't look
on
at
the
this and
special
be like,
events.
well, what do we need this for? Why do we need a budget?
Where would you add the
Exactly.
special
Why
events?
are they asking?
Under
for a
intent,
budget?
purpose.
Okay,
We need to add,
okay.
does coordinate seasonal events focusing on unifying neighbors.
So you say seasonal, and I hear that, and I think kind of what you were just saying,
Holidays.
like kind of based on
Yeah,
the holiday
Christmas
stuff.
and-
But not everything is seasonal, because right, you were talking about doing the clock.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Would it
not
be
seasonal.
annual events?
And
Community,
Special.
community
It's not
events.
seasonal,
Seasonal.
yeah,
Special
so,
events.
but your awards for the decorations, like, that's all seasonal, so
So
the.
community
So just
events?
community events?
Community events.
But you
Community
can
and
say
seasonal?
seasonal and community events, I mean, you could combine it, I just, you're trying not to be restricted from what
Sure.
I'm listening to just in the background. If you
Mhm.
put seasonal, that just sounds like, oh, they do something for summer, spring, but you have
Oh,
multiple
you do
things that go
joyful
on.
traditions?
Yeah.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
people could think, I could see that.
So how do we get that, who writes it and then how do we get it added?
So this is your ordinance, and an ordinance can be changed by the board.
So we'd have to go
You would
in
have
front
to
of the
have a
board.
proposal to go in front of the board.
Okay.
Proposal meaning like a
Who's
draft.
gonna write that?
Or changes of some kind. You do not have to write, in my understanding, You don't have to write it in the legalese. You can say something like, this isn't exactly reflecting what we are as a commission. We would like to add a couple of things, or we would like to more accurately reflect what we do for the village.
Okay.
And
So
then,
it's gonna
and then
handle it.
challenge, and then that will probably, once the board says, oh, okay, you know, that's okay, then the village attorney will handle the proper wording for
That's
this.
what she gets paid to do.
Right. So who's gonna handle that and what's the time?
Well, I feel like what we need to do is print out a copy of this, go through line by line, make the changes that we want, redline the changes, and give that copy to Carrie to present to the board.
You will still need to present it, though.
Oh, we do, okay. All right.
Well, I have the
I
copy
think
of
we should have
it.
a whole meeting for this. That
I could
doesn't
make
include me and
copies.
it's
As your liaison, I'm happy
I
to
can't vote on it,
support
can I?
that,
So,
but I
fair enough.
cannot present that for you.
Okay.
It's so boring. I just kind of start
So
reading and fall asleep.
this is gonna be, this is on the agenda for the May board meeting then?
The draft version of your commissioner handbook is, my understanding, will be coming up. I don't know if it's gonna be the first meeting in May or the second
You
meeting.
gonna write on that? Cause I was gonna make copies from that.
Oh. I'm just gonna say remove.
But I do know that when we looked at it on the 8th.
So chop it up.
I
it's
you're
gonna
kidding.
come back, which is why I had sent you the
Sorry,
message. like,
Kathy.
That's
check
right,
sure
cause I don't know where I got it from.
Okay.
So maybe the ordinance isn't something that is as timely as what is gonna be printed in there, and
I would agree.
I
With
think
that.
it's probably a better idea to take a look. I mean, I think it's in tandem, cause whatever you're gonna put in the handbook, you're gonna want reflected here in the ordinance,
And
vice
that's
versa.
timely, right? That's
Right.
quick, happening quickly?
So
But
we
very
should
few
work
people
off of the handbook.
Read this.
Very few people, except for when you're on the board and people wanna nitpick.
Right, so we,
So.
but I mean, the public doesn't go to.
Do we go, we work off the handbook?
Actually, a lot
I'm
of
so
people
I feel
do.
like we need to do
And then
all
they
of it, cause it's
emails
all the
and, like,
same.
did
Let's
you look
say-
at the
Get it
code?
done,
Oh, I didn't look
and
at
then
the
it'll go in
code
the
for
handbook, and then it'll go on our
environmental
website.
concerns.
Right.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree
fine.
with
The words
you
are all
because
not the same
Please,
we're
thing.
running into that problem right now.
Yeah,
right.
It's different
I'll do that in my
versions
spare time.
in different places.
Or we
Okay,
just do
so
one
I
and just
think
like copy
we
paste.
asked that this be the mission
Yeah.
statement.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Should
People
we
skip me.
vote
We
on
didn't
that,
vote
or
on
is
this
voting
mission
only for monetary?
No, I think that we could do
It says
a
vote.
Yay or nay? Okay, Mary, can I ask you to read it one more time? This is, Mary's reading the mission statement that we're proposing goes on the website, which we'll request when we request all this other fun stuff.
Villa Park Community Fund Commission mission statement. To promote friendship and to foster community spirit by providing opportunities for social, educational, and volunteer pursuits that support the village of Villa Park.
Of course I like it.
All in favor of the mission
Because we
statement?
wrote it.
Aye. Anybody opposed?
Oh, it's terrible.
Or did we do that wrong? Should it have been
It's,
A roll call.
Well, did you have discussion on it? You did, right?
We just did.
Yeah.
Why don't we use that to like make all that like community spirit or whatever? That's like good, nice words. We could use that. To,
Well, and the other thought that I had, and Gina, correct me if I'm wrong, the attorney could probably take that and then make it legalese into the code.
If that's,
I just think we need to get rid of 7 altogether.
yeah.
So I
Wait,
think
okay,
that's
so
very
now,
important.
sorry, which was 7? Is 7 the HOA?
7's the HOA.
Okay.
I think that needs
Because
to
I'm
get
looking at it
cut.
here and it's
Do we
different.
have HOAs?
And
yes, Villa Park even has
I can't even think.
I mean, I would think, so condo
Brandywine?
buildings would,
Maybe.
yeah, they could
Like
add
they have
that.
a couple of.
Yeah, but we're
them.
not,
Well, isn't,
we're not formal,
also,
we're not formatting,
Formatting?
About those
Um,
apartments by the
and
forming
shore.
homeowners
And
associations.
on
Why
the
can't I take it
duties
the
on the
name of the-
website,
the
I
big,
don't know if it's in the ordinance,
location
but
across
the
from,
portion that says the cleanup week, I think we should
Pioneer
remove
Garden.
because
Yeah.
we're not doing that.
Ovaltine.
But I think
Are
if
there-
once we get the
are there
ordinance
condos
fixed,
in
then
there?
we can get the
Or is
website
it all
fixed, right?
rentals?
Swedish, are there condos in Ovaltine?
Or is it all
just
rental?
apartments.
Oh, just apartments,
So no,
okay.
HOA then.
So let's get rid of that,
I
Yeah.
thought that.
and then
in
ask them to
Brandywine
add
was-
that with
But is somebody gonna go to the meeting and do that in May?
Homeowners
I
Association.
I can go to the
around
May
Lofton
meeting.
Pool area.
I'm free.
I'm pretty much
Feels
in
like it.
all of the
No,
services.
I'm just
for
saying, I
that.
thought that,
Not in-
Okay.
that I will be at the
I'm
May
free in May.
meeting.
yeah. I'm
I'll be
wondering,
at a meeting.
like Rand or Leslie or.
Do you wanna tackle
we
doing
have it
it, or
written
do you want
for-
one of
Yeah.
us?
I
Yeah.
can work
Her
with
streets.
you on it.
Yeah.
That'd be
good.
And then,
When you say presented to the
Should
board of
we-
business, it has to be at a board
I
meeting.
hate to have a.
I would
meeting
imagine it
where
would have to be at a board meeting.
Email.
But we
can
can ask
email
manager
about it.
now.
You can email about it, you just can't vote on it through email, but if we wanna.
Or discuss,
We can't discuss this through email?
because that would be violating the open meetings act. So it would be informative only, like, here, this is the draft.
Right.
That's it. When I get something from anybody on the board, it's for your information. Never let's talk about
So now we have to
So
have
do
a
we
special
trust that
meeting.
one
Hmm.
person's gonna handle that?
I mean, I can, it just feels.
So 2 people can meet, right?
Not
And at,
it. Well,
Is there a
No.
quorum to
what
vote?
is your quorum?
What's a quorum?
4, 7, 4 is
The
I
number of
mean,
people you need.
I'm
to
kinda thinking of
actually
throwing myself
do
out there to
something
work
with
on it
it.
too, but I don't know exactly
Our
what
board 2 people can meet, 3 people.
we were gonna put the
Bylaw.
mission statement as the intent and purpose, right? Was that?
so what if we come up with like a draft that we can talk about at the next meeting?
Well, this is going to
No.
May in front of the
Oh,
board.
We
well,
gotta
then I
do
guess
this.
we need the special meeting then?
Okay,
yeah,
when's
why
our
don't you
special
do-
meeting for the kites and kicks? Let's set that up and then
Put it on
I'll
the
bring
agenda.
something for this, yes.
But when's the meeting, when's the board meeting?
The next board meeting is May 13th. I don't know what's gonna be on that agenda, we don't typically know till a couple of days before.
Do we
Well, let's
like to
get
do
ready.
May 10th?
I can do May 10th. What day is that? That's a
Friday.
Thursday? Friday?
Can do May 10th.
Can we do May 10th?
Yeah.
I could do May 10th, I think.
An orchestra concert.
Ooh, sounds
We have an
fun.
orchestra concert.
So you wanna say 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
May 10th?
Where? Has to be a public place.
Library?
Library closes at 5.
Or do we meet at the
So no.
Rotary
We can meet at
gazebo?
Rotary. Yeah, we can meet at Rotary. Rotary?
It's open?
No,
Well, the
it's not
gazebo
closed,
is,
but it's under construction.
So
Okay,
just
so May
for
10th,
me.
we'll talk about special
and then
meeting.
I'll bring something.
Cool.
What time are you meeting?
A snack or?
6 o'clock. I'll bring something.
You figure out what that is.
Oh, that
Just
means
so you
you're
know I
coming
won't
that
be there.
way.
No, it's orchestra concert.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
And the
And
handbook
that
is,
5 of us. 1, 2, 3,
I
4,
can see
5.
if there's another trustee who could.
where is the
I will
handbook?
not be there.
No, that's okay.
Can I find the handbook?
Yes, you can find it on the April 8th COW agenda, committee of the whole.
Okay. So this is for the handbook and stuff, right?
The handbook
This
and
is
kites and kicks.
Oh, we're gonna do them both together?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, cause then we can talk about
Make it
stuff.
an
Perfect.
agenda.
And then we'll get it before, if it is gonna be on the agenda on May 13th, we'll be ready.
Or we can just
Okay.
still present it, right? You propose it?
Well, if you want to be on the agenda for the 13th, then you would have to let them know before the 10th.
It has to be.
Well, I think we should let them know we're gonna be on.
Yeah, let's just be on the
Just
agenda, we'll
on
be
the
ready.
agenda.
Let's just be on
Can
the
you add
agenda.
us to the agenda?
I am going to refer that to your chair.
To
Smart.
be on the agenda for May 13th, is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
Yes.
Could we do that as a public comment?
I would advise not, because I feel like it in the spirit of Open Meetings Act and transparency, it really does need to be an agenda item.
Open meeting out.
Sooner than May 10th.
This is
Okay.
why it takes a lot
So
longer for
the-
government work to be done.
I mean, honestly, it's almost May 10th.
Can't we tell them we wanna be on the agenda and still meet May 10th? Or does that need to happen earlier?
No, because they
Earlier.
don't want, the agenda has to be done by the end of the day on May 10th.
So we,
And
I mean,
typically, it's done before then.
Yeah, could you, You could always call it a discussion, and then you don't need to have a lot of backup
That's true.
at the time, right? Because
Yeah.
a discussion means there won't be any voting on anything. It's just a discussion.
Our discussion,
Or it could be like, would it fall under new business?
no, a discussion on the board meeting?
No.
Or we're having a
Oh, I'm
discussion.
sorry. For the board meeting agenda, if you don't have necessarily, memos and backup stuff for what the topic is going to be on that date, you can call it a discussion and just be, say what the discussion is about, and then you don't have to have backup necessarily. That's for the board meeting. For your special meeting, you just have to say what it's for.
So meaning that we're just presenting to the board, hey, we would like to do this, but we're not asking them to vote on it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
So our board meeting agendas are gonna have the same layout that your meeting does here, which I think is great, because then it kind of stays to the same outline. It could be business, it wouldn't be consent agenda. We do have some other points in there, but yeah, I think you might wanna have a little bit of discussion before then, we can touch base on that.
Is May 8th early enough to meet, for us to meet?
Well, you can still meet on the 10th.
Okay.
You just wanna make sure that
We
you have
have
had
it.
that discussion and you're on the agenda.
But we don't have to,
So request that we're on the agenda, even though our discussion will technically be,
It's easier
Have
to
it
say,
after.
it's easier to like scratch you off of the agenda, because then you're not out of compliance. Then we
It's
cannot put you-
We call it a placeholder.
Yep.
So that you have the place on the agenda, provided you are ready to move forward with it. And then
That's
if
what
for
we were
some
gonna do.
reason you can't, then they can
Right.
just
So we
remove
we
it.
can still
That'll
meet
come
Friday
next
at
time.
6:00. I just need to ask that we're on the agenda
Yeah.
before Friday at 6:00.
I mean, you
Yeah.
could just
Because the
message
agenda
Yeah.
comes
them
out
now.
before then.
Yeah,
Yes.
just do it.
I'd have the conversation.
but wait,
I also think we're gonna have it ready.
Hold on.
if you do that, you're not gonna have anything that would be attached to that agenda.
That's true.
You need to have
If you want
your
us to have-
changes ready to roll for that meeting. So
That's very
you
true.
want to do it.
Right, I think we should do
May
it earlier, because you don't wanna do this again.
Right.
Not really, not that.
We
Right.
can say that, we can tell Carrie right now that we wanna be on the
But we
agenda,
just need to meet
but then
earlier.
we just have to have that paperwork,
Before the
our,
10th.
Yeah.
our revisions ready to roll into that agenda, cause they always have attachments.
On the 10th.
Oh,
Yeah, I could only meet an hour
No,
that day,
that's
but I can
the
still
attachments
meet, I could meet
are gonna
6.
be-
I could meet at 6, I just can't meet
You
past
get
7.
a
We
copy.
get the packet.
But that's why I was trying to talk about the difference between actually wanting something, voted on and moved, or do you just want to just have it for discussion, and then you don't
I
need
don't
the
wanna do
backup
it
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't wanna, I don't wanna have
All
to
right,
do
yeah,
it twice.
we're gonna
Wanna
be
do it
done with
once.
it.
Right, yes.
Right.
Then my-
It's just like
hard to
boring
do it
it.
once, so
I'll
we
get
don't
out.
Have to do it twice. No, I agree.
It's just like,
Right.
it
Get it done.
puts you to
Let's just
sleep.
get it done.
Then
And we wanted to get it all
my
the
suggestion
same,
would
and we
be to
want
do it on
someone
the
that
3rd.
comes new to know what we do.
Oh, May 8th isn't early enough?
I think you'd wanna do it on the 3rd, because then you'd be able to.
Can we
have
do it on the
6th and
1st?
7th. We typically will get a heads up on, this is what our agenda's looking like on the 8th, and or on the Wednesday, and by the Thursday, it's really pretty much solidified. Friday, it's out.
Okay, can you do the 1st?
If I can find
I
my
can do the
calendar.
first. First,
Yes.
Wait, what is, I'm trying to, I can't even,
Yeah, we'll do both.
Instead of May 10th.
oh,
Cause
May
personally, I don't think what we have to talk about for this is gonna take that long. I think we already know what we wanna basically
Have a
say.
prior
Okay.
conversation.
so, 6,
Busy lady.
6, right, when we meet at 6,
Yeah,
at Rotary.
right.
May first,
Yes,
Yeah.
what day of the week is it?
That's a Wednesday,
I could do any time. Does 6 work for you,
Or
everyone?
5:30.
5:30?
Earlier than I
Yeah.
can
I
for
will
sure be at,
light, 6.
I'm
we'll make
Be light
6.
out. I don't wanna, yeah,
Be there, just hanging out there in the dark.
thank you.
We're gonna
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
5:30?
I'll be late, but we can do 5:30.
Okay,
I'm driving from the city.
okay.
Ooh.
Hold on. What was the time?
5:30.
So that way we can just have it and be done.
Or when you get there, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yes. Wednesday, May
Wednesday.
1st.
Okay.
Six-
The place is the same.
Are we gonna do it 6
Yeah,
PM or are we
that's
doing it 5:30? 5:30.
And then we'll hang.
Technically, the park closes at sunset, so just keep that
No,
in mind.
trust me, it's open all the
It's
time.
7:30 and the sun is
I'm
setting.
just,
Trust
you're the
me,
group, so I
it
just.
never closes.
We're good.
7:40
is sunset.
It's in the
It never
ordinance.
closes.
I'm just saying.
Well,
My
That'll
favorite was
be
when
the
they
only
had
time they'll
the
kick somebody
barbecue.
out.
No kidding, and by then.
One the day
maybe
before
cicadas
Thanksgiving.
will be joining us.
1:30
Yeah.
in the morning.
I don't think I was ever
Okay.
at barbecue until 1:30.
And they
All
were
right.
all parked
I really wanna
on-
go. Can we get done with the
on
meeting?
Yeah.
on the grass.
Please be
Yes,
done.
They were all pickup trucks.
Yes,
We
red
thought
bus.
at first
okay.
because it was the
That's what
same
Crazy Hicks
day.
is. That's why we like it there.
Okay,
And I
any
was like,
public,
it must be.
I can say that was like,
That's
okay.
okay.
I'm
Like,
glad we
must
did
be
it
where
now,
the
knowing
feet
that,
are.
yeah, it's till May.
was.
So, any public
Public
comments
comments?
on non-agenda items?
No.
Commissioner comments?
No,
Gina, I have these receipts.
You wanna just hand them to me or email them to me?
Can I hand them to you?
You can.
Should I not?
Do you have a copy someplace?
Yeah, I do.
Then you can
And then
hand them.
did you get my receipt?
I did.
Okay,
I'm working on it.
okay. Scan them? No.
Is this?
okay, anybody, no, we got no comments.
This
No
is two?
comments, no comments?
I was gonna, we need to somehow figure out that big mess that we had for that meeting. We should somehow figure out how we can vote for the winner of the cicada contest.
Okay, put that on the agenda for the first. So we got going through the mess of the duties,
I think I could get it together and.
kind of a kites kicks update,
Yeah.
And
We'll
then a
catch you next
cicada-
special meeting. Yeah.
and then a cicada,
Can we vote on a winner?
Well, we're not gonna do that till the kites are here.
We're gonna give it to them, but we need to know who's the winner before we.
Oh, but it goes through May.
31st.
Yeah.
yeah, but we're not
So I don't
gonna,
wanna vote on the May 10th.
Before then.
Oh, it's May 10th, okay.
Yeah.
Forget that.
May
Yeah.
1st.
Well, we're
May
gonna need
1st
to,
is May
we're gonna
1st.
May
have
1st.
to set up a meeting
That's fine.
for that.
We could do another
I
meeting.
got my months,
Yeah,
got my,
Okay,
like June
So-
1st or something.
yeah.
I have something.
yes,
I just, maybe we can put on the agenda for next time, but just to take up, Trustee Kozar's offer for the free ice cream event, just sometime this summer, maybe, and talk about what options we have for that.
Maybe in July, cause I don't think we have anything cracking in July. So maybe
Okay.
let's kind of think about it for then.
Yeah.
Ice cream
Cool.
in July
Maybe
sounds good.
you wanna come up with some maybe some dates or something? Sweet. That'll be our July thing. Cool. Yeah. Alright.
Anybody, okay, I'm gonna go with no. Chairperson comments?
Nope.
None from me. Village board liaison comments?
Okay.
My comments
Good thing.
were, already shared about what you needed. Share what you need for Saturday. If you have anything else that you need, let me know. I will let Trustee Kozar know. My family and I will be there to help pick up whatever we need to pick up. So you now have 18.
Sweet.
Boom.
That was
Just
easy.
registered us.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And village staff comments?
I have none.
Motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Second.
I'll second.
oh my God, past my
Perfect.
bedtime, so.
Yeah.
7:41.
I told Chris this would be quick.
I didn't tell that to Luke.
Refrain from
I go-
saying that anymore.
Yeah.
I say nothing. I
You
say,
said that
well,
too many
I
times.
will see you when I see you.
I said, I hope it's not as long as the last one.
Before
It
you
was!
go,
I'm
And
sorry.
Jackson's like, well, I see
Sorry,
you before
guys.
bedtime. And I'm like, I don't,
Oh, God.
maybe. But I'll wake you up when I get home. And then he'll be like, please don't.
I would
Yeah,
like to
right,
know
he's like, I don't wanna see you that
who
bad,
wrote
Mom, let me sleep.
The
Okay,
initial draft of the handbook thing saying time, about the time requirement. Please
It's all
note,
staff.
this commission
Requires a lot of
requires
time.
more
Take some
time.
time than
Yeah.
you would,
Just take some time and look at all of them.
ever
I mean, I
imagine.
think it was really fair.
That's great.
It's important.
I could put some of those flyers.
I would look at it,
All right,
but
see,
then
creating more work, but.
Yep. Well, I'll see you Saturday.
I can ask them if I can help you.
There's like a email group or something, right?
Yeah, I'll,
Will you just add me to that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know who that.
and then I'll, maybe shoot you
Oh,
test or
I'll,
something. Yeah, that way you have everybody's.
That works.
I forget that man's name.
Thank you.
What's
Oh, my gosh.
I'll text you guys, I'll leave
I'm
the
not sure why he was
shirts off,
here.
or you can.
so I can like put out the.
Thank you. Comments.
they're awesome.
Thank you.
But he may have